Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can improve the performance of Flutter app. First, let's understand rebuild and repaint. Rebuilding. This is a logical process. When a widget's state changes, Flutter executes the build method to recalculate the widget tree and determine what the UI structure should be. Think of this as updating the blueprint of a building. Repainting. This is a physical process. Once the layout is set, Flutter must actually rasterize those elements, essentially pushing the colored pixels onto the device display. If rebuilding is updating the blueprint, repainting is the act of physically painting the wall. So why I'm explaining this? Because we are going to understand the difference between rebuilding and repainting. Because very often people just think about optimizing the rebuilding process, not about repainting. So when we are repainting, repainting is more compute heavy, you can say. So in our case, we'll see if you're running your application and if you want to open a DevTools, if you are in like Cursor, Anti-Gravity, or any VS Code ID, forked ID, you can simply press Command Shift and P. When you press Command Shift and P, there you type DevTools and open the DevTools. This is how the DevTools look. And next to it, I have my emulator running. So I have my emulator running. I have my DevTool here. And in the DevTool, I'll simply go to Flutter Inspector, which is already there. Here you can see Flutter Inspector is there. In the Flutter Inspector, I'll simply click on this highlight repaint. So once I press the highlight repaint, if you see the border of this entire screen is getting changed frequently. This shows that this border shows how often and what part of your screen is getting repainted. It's not rebuilding, it's getting repainted. So repainting is actually Flutter is regenerating the UI either 60 frame per second or depending on the device speed. So it's continuously repainting this entire screen. But if you see only this small part of my screen is getting animated, so why the entire screen is getting repainted? That's the question, and that's the problem here. If you see here, I have this class repaint example. This is stateful class. I have animation controller. This is uh, just a code to animate this particular logo, which is being displayed on the screen. If you see on the screen, if I, as I showed you, like uh, we have two logos. One of the logo, the smaller one, Flutter logo, which is 100 pixel size, and there's another logo which is 300 pixel size. So this smaller logo is getting animated, and the entire animation code is written here. This is nothing. You can just skip this thing. Just you need to focus on this particular section because this video is all about repaint. So in my stack, we have two widgets, one Flutter, two Flutter logo. One of the Flutter logo is smaller one, which is getting animated, due to which it's getting, since it is getting animated, you this needs to be repaint on every animations. So you can see the reason here for repaint. But if you see this part and rest, if I put anything on the background, you have understood the entire screen is getting repainted. So how we can solve this problem? How we can not animate the entire screen instead? So let me do this. So the fix that I'm going to tell you is very simple. What I'm going to do here, if you see my animated builder, I'm simply going to wrap this animated builder inside repaint boundary. And now I have wrapped it inside the repaint boundary, this particular animated builder. I'll now go simply check. So now if you see this particular, the entire screen which was getting repainted multiple times. Now if you see the outline border which is yellow in color, it just stayed yellow throughout the journey. Uh, so, but if you see this small section which is Flutter logo is getting repainted again and again, but not the entire screen. So this is where optimization happens. So think of it when you have small section of the screen which you need to animate, but due to this, the entire screen is getting repainted. So this is a major problem which you can solve with a simple widget, which is called Repaint Boundary. Here's a quick disclaimer. Don't put Repaint Boundary everywhere. Each boundary creates a new layer in memory. Overusing it will eat up your RAM and actually slow down your application. Use it only when necessary. So I hope this can help you optimize your Flutter application, and I hope you'll be using this repaint boundary where it necessary. And thank you very much. See you soon.